boy Norbs. I'm here with the legend, my man Marco, the most handsome analyst in the game. You got it over Paulie. You got it over all these guys. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Marco.
Okay. I don't buy it, but thank you.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna front. Today's due day. I'm waiting to see. I mean, you're not as interested in this part of the media world as I'm into it, right? This whole Ryan Garcia versus the world type of thing. I think it's pretty dope for me, right? Because I was just in a major lawsuit for the last 4 years, so it definitely piques my interest when I see other people going through things because I can pretty much understand where it's going, right?
It's your lawsuit. What happened?
Oh, man, Jesus Christ. So basically, I was the owner of a company. Pretty much, they tried to get over on me, and I had to go to court. And I can't really talk about too much of it, but that's pretty much what happened. And I had to go through litigation and things of that nature for 3 years. Had to deal with countersuits, all types of stupid shit, dude, for literally 4 years. And it taught me a lot of what you can and can't say in the world. I watched Tasha K get sued by Cardi B for inflammatory, basically it was defamation of character. It taught me a lot of about business, to be honest with you. And I think people in boxing, as much as they think they know about business, they really don't understand it. And yo, bro, like as quick as Ryan Garcia is making his money, is as quick as he can lose his money. And I'm gonna give you a couple examples. The beef with him and Logan Paul, right? He came out and took shots at the brand Prime, right?
Yeah.
What did Logan Paul say? He said, "Oh, good, fine, no problem. This is what we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna go turn, and I'm going to sue the brakes off you." They turned around, and they filed a lawsuit against Ryan.
Well, I mean, Ryan was also speaking extremely recklessly. So.
100%. If I turn around and say Marco is selling, matter of fact, the Tasha K situation, Marco has herpes, and I make that into a public. Well, I do. Saying, well, you do whatever. And say if it's false, you go take a test, and that's what Cardi B did. Took her test to the court, said this is she's trying to bring down my brand, and
I didn't even know that. So
$5 million. 100%.
So she said that she had herpes and she took a test and showed she didn't.
She sued her for defamation, right? She came up with because if I say something, there has to be validity to it. It has to be truth. I can say Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear because it's true. Right. There has to be something to back it. But if you speak on things that you don't have knowledge on, and it comes up to not be, there's no truth, it's called defamation. Cardi B destroyed Tasha K for $2.5 million, something like that. Logan Paul turned around and was like, yo, you're trying to destroy my Prime brand. I'm invested in this brand. You came out and said that it causes cancer to people. That's what he said. He said, don't drink Prime, this, and that. Ryan Garcia, Logan Paul, and Prime actually put out a statement that they sued him, and then they launched it. To the point where Ryan Garcia went out and publicly apologized to them. Because as reckless as you want to be, you cannot play. And this is a door that he did not want to open against these supplement companies, because these supplement companies have a reputation to uphold. So when he came out and said these companies are the reason that I tested positive, guess what the company did yesterday or the day before? They responded and said it's BS, and we have never put Osterin in our stuff. And basically are now putting the blame on him and said we take this very seriously, and now he's kind of opening a situation where he can face another lawsuit. Because at the end of the day, and now all of a sudden people got to stop taking this product because you're saying that it has these illegal substances in there. You just opened up a can of worms.
On another note, wouldn't it be nice to not have to give a shit about lawsuits because you're that loaded?
Yes, but you got to understand. Listen, Marco, when you have money, right? Like I don't even play around at all no more. I don't play. I don't say things about people unless I know it's 100% true. You have to be you're a target. Ryan Garcia is a multi-millionaire.
he's making himself a target though. Like he's doing it for I bet you, for him, the publicity he gets, the new fans he gets, is probably worth the money he'll lose in the lawsuit because he's just stirring shit up.
Yeah, yeah, but
Maybe I don't know. Maybe not.
there's no cap on damages. So so let me give you an example. There's no like gauge to damages. So if they can prove, well, we suffered $50 million worth of damages, they can be rewarded that against Ryan. And if Ryan doesn't have that type of money, it's a problem. Now Ryan is in a bad situation because he now has kind of alleged that these supplement companies are the reason that he tested positive. And again, it's another lawsuit. So he has to be very careful as to what he says in today's presser. I don't know what time the press conference that he's supposedly holding is, but I'm really interested.
Is that today?
It's supposed to be today, Tuesday. Yeah, that's what he said. Today's Tuesday, right?
Yep.
It's supposed to be today, man. It's supposed to be today. And it's going to tell a lot about what's going to happen with Ryan. He really has to be and honestly, I think this has everything to do. I think he's getting pressure from all sides, even the New York State Athletic Commission, to rectify the situation, man. So I want to see how it plays out, but I'm definitely interested to find out what transpires. But the individual that I don't know which substance he said or which supplement he took that was going to cause him to go positive, but apparently that individual responded to Ryan and basically threatened him with a lawsuit. So we got to see exactly what transpires today in regards to Ryan Garcia, because it can get really, really, really ugly for him at this point. But I mean, that's the update on that situation. You don't really like that type of stuff. I love that type of stuff. That's what I'm into, Mark.
Why?
I like the legal aspect of the shit. I like the business aspect of boxing because I feel like a lot of boxers don't really understand the business side of it. You know what I mean? A lot of them are very and if think about it, all the boxers throughout the years that got robbed. Mike Tyson. How much money do you think Mike Tyson has lost in boxing because he didn't know the business? He was getting charged.
That's the majority of fighters, I feel like.
Yeah, I know, 100%. That's what I'm saying. And it's going to continue to get worse. Mike Tyson was paying $60,000 for towels. When I seen that, I was like, what? Like, these guys have to educate themselves in these situations. But that's why I like seeing a lot of this legal stuff play out, because I had to live through it, man. Like, I had to actually literally.
What'd you get sued for again?
I was suing my former partners for the company.
In the whole rap battle thing you were doing?
Yes. So I ended up doing that. I had to go through litigation. It's a shitty process, bro. Like it's not a comfortable thing because it's a lot of
worth a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh. So I mean, listen, think about it. When Drake is involved, when Fox is involved.
I didn't know. Yeah, I don't really know your background that much. I know you in terms of boxing, but I don't really know your background before boxing.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's I was into that stuff, but I mean, not even to stress on that, but it's a very, very it becomes very taxing. You know what I'm saying? And people think it's just like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. And I try to break it down to them, bro. Like, yo, it's not something that you want to be involved in. It's very, very strenuous.
Did you win the lawsuit?
We ended up settling out of the situation and settling out of court and just handling it. So I'm good. I feel good.
You got a little settlement, and now you moved on from.
Yeah. I mean, mentally, I was already checked out when it came to that. I was very, I was done. I just wanted my just due, and I just wanted to get out and compensated for what I did. But it was a little different because there was an emotional attachment. See, there's no emotional attachment with Ryan's doing. He's just kind of now trying to clear his name, but putting himself in more situations with his mouth. Like my situation was more emotionally attached because it was something that I built and that I had to fight for. So his situation is he just continues to open the door to a bunch of people. And if we look at Puff, look what Puff's going through right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dog, they are trying to destroy him. And this is a guy that has way more money than Ryan Garcia. And they are trying to destroy him. And Puff wasn't as reckless as Ryan. So to me,
well,
no. Behind the scenes, he was. Publicly,
Behind,
he was not.
right? He wasn't blatant with it. Yeah.
Yeah, Puff was the ultimate. He knew how to finesse a situation. Ryan is not very smooth when it comes to stuff. He kind of blurts out whatever comes out his mouth.
You ever meet Puff?
Yeah, I met Puff at one of my events, Summer Madness too.
How was it?
He smelled really nice. I'll tell you that. He said, like, yo, so check it out. I went upstairs. So I was on stage.
That was his date rape odor.
It definitely was.
He sprays it.
Definitely. So like he acknowledged me. He saluted me. I was on stage. So I was like, oh shit, that's Puff, man. So I went upstairs. I went upstairs for something else, and there was a bathroom in the back. And I'm walking out. I'm walking past it, and he walks out and says, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, it's Puff." And he had like I forgot what he had on, but he had this chain that was thin like this, right? Like it was really, really thin, but it was all diamonds around his neck. And when I tell you, Marco, it would have blinded you. Like it was just like going off. And I was like, dude, I've never seen anything like that in my life. He said, "What up?" Then he went, the security took him to his section, and he was very like, he was very cocky. His security was on some like, yo, leave him alone type of stuff. Like it was crazy. He was, I didn't really have a conversation with Puff, and I can't really say nothing bad, but it was dope to meet him and kind of feel his aura. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a larger than life type of personality, and he's very confident. Like I'll tell you that right now. And listen, I'll tell you this. I remember, and I don't want to say the individual's name. He went up there to say what up to Puff. It was actually our event, and his security Puff's security threatened him. And I was looking, and I was just like, bro, like, what's going on? And yo, bro, like, when they're ready to turn it on, they turn it on. But I say that to say Puff wasn't, pretty much reckless like Ryan is right now. Ryan is very, very reckless in what his actions. Listen, that Logan Paul situation is not going away. He's going to pay something because his stuff is documented. He stated this publicly. So
Prime will kill you. It tastes like shit.
He's done. He's gonna piece them off a lot of money. We're talking about millions.
Yeah.
So this is a situation where millions from these guys, millions from the supplement company, they all know what you're making. You're making it public. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come after you. You got baby mothers. There's a lot of situations where Ryan really has to reel himself in. Somebody needs to sit with him and be like, look, bro, chill out. Is it worth taking a suspension? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit deeper than this meeting today. That's what I'm saying. He has to really watch out what he says today because he is definitely a target, and he made himself a target in this situation. So I'd like to see how it plays out. Listen, and there's another thing. His legal team is not cheap. So
right.
I spent a shitload of money on legal fees, right? So you can only imagine what Ryan is. He's going to be paying in the millions for legal fees. So it may be cheaper for him to settle out of court and just say, hey, what do you guys want?
Well, I think the majority of cases settle out of court, right?
Yeah, because it drags on. Bro, a response, just a response is going to cost him thousands. Every time that lawyer has to read something or document something or investigate something or do depositions, that's costing thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's not, like you said, it's not worth it. But
it's not. And he has to, he's losing money, man, like out the blue. And I want to see how this plays out because it's going to be major for Ryan. Look, there's a lot of people that have made money, more money than Ryan, that have lost it as quick as they've made it. And this is a situation where Ryan really, really has to do the right thing, man, because Prime and then these guys. And remember, he's speaking on supplements at this point. So if they could prove him wrong, that's another multi-million-dollar lawsuit.
Yeah.
And listen, you can take as many fights as you want, but, this is what it is. But anyways, let's get back to the boxing. But this is my type of thing. I like this stuff, man. Frank versus Javante. Benavidez versus I don't know who. I forgot his name. Goes down on June 15th.
Gazdiak. Oh, wait, how's it?
Something like that.
Gazdiak? Something.
Before we get into that, let me ask you a question. This baffled me. And I'm a big Canelo fan. My buddy Gerald McCoy says that I'm a fanboy when it comes to Canelo. I'm a big Canelo fan. Who in the world is this guy that is being mandated for him to fight. And it's this is where I find it weird. They're stripping him of the belt for not taking this fight. But Benavidez waited like 4 years and never got his belt stripped. Marco, can you please make some sense of this? Because I'm completely baffled at how Benavidez is the bigger name, definitely should be getting the fight. This individual, I've never even heard of him.
What are you talking about, the WBC? Or just, so you talking about the WBC, what they're doing? Or all of them are doing?
Well, I mean, how does I think it's the IBF that's stripping him, right? I'm not sure. But how does this guy become the number one contender? I don't know who the hell he is. And how are they moving faster than, I think it was the WBC or WBA when it came to Benavidez? How is that even possible at this point? Like, how does this transpire?
I don't know. I don't know. I know why they didn't strip him. Sanctioning fees, and Canelo generates so much money each fight that their sanctioning fees are going to be, they're making damn near $1 million in sanctioning fees every Canelo fight. So they'd much rather have that than if Benavidez fights, their sanctioning fees are probably like $20,000. I mean, it's a big difference. So that's why they didn't strip him.
But because he's just going to pay the sanction fees.
What's that?
Because when he fights, he's basically paying a sanctioning fee to have the belt, correct?
Well, every time you fight for a belt, if the belt's on the line, it's 3% of your purse goes to.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Sanctioning body. Yeah, So, for example, the last undisputed welterweight champion in the 3-belt era is who?
The last undisputed champion in the 3-belt era.
Welterweight is
who? The welterweight. In the 3-belt era would be Floyd. No.
No.
Manny.
No. So it's a trick question. It was when Zab beat Spinks.
Okay. Oh, Corey Spinks. Okay.
And then Zab lost to Carlos Baldemir. Do you remember that?
Yes, Carlos Baldemir, who Floyd eventually ended up fighting. Yep.
So Carlos Baldemir beat the undisputed champion, but Carlos Baldemir is not the last undisputed welterweight champion in the 3-belt era. The last undisputed welterweight in the 3-belt is still Zab. Why? Baldemir didn't want to pay the sanctioning fees, so even though he won, he did not keep the belts.
So you have to pay to keep the belts?
You have to pay it because, and I get it partially, they're still a company. They still need money to operate. They have people who work there. They have, clerical people. They have administrators. They have CEOs.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make some money, so I get it. But the way that the majority of their money is by sanctioning fees. That's why you have all these extra belts now. The super champion, the regular champion.
Stupid.
They all pay 3% when they fight. That's why each belt. So, and obviously, though, usually only the main belts are going to be the ones that are generating a lot of money where the sanctioning fees are even significant.
Mm-hmm.
So every fight is 3%. And Canelo and Tank, really just Canelo, and Ryan, but he's not a champion. Yeah. Canelo's the one who generates the most amount of money for his purse. Therefore, the 3% of his 50 million is damn near $1 million or whatever it is. Whereas,
yeah, you're right.
I mean, what's it, 700,000, something like that? I could do it right now. Look, Canelo got what, 20 million his last fight? What did he get?
No, he got 40. I think it was either 40 or 30. It was 40, I think.
Okay, let's do 40. 40 million plus 3% that's 1.2 million. So they make 1.2 million in sanctioning fees.
What?
Right? That's what they make in sanctioning fees.
So that's each belt
for Canelo's fight, for each belt, right? Right. It's 3%. Now Benavidez got what? What do you think Benavidez got?
$4 million.
You think even that much? Because I don't.
Maybe less, 3, maybe, I don't know.
Let's say 3 million, right?
And he is opening up for Tank, so it can't be that much.
So that's 90,000. So you want to get 1.2 million or 90,000? That's why they don't strip them.
So if that's the case, why? And again, I don't know if it's the IBF, but why are they now mandating him to fight this individual?
That I don't know. I don't know why they chose him. It doesn't really matter who they mandate him to fight because besides Benavidez, nobody really stands a chance. Nobody else is a name.
So then why strip him and lose that 1.2 million? That's where I'm lost.
IBF is the one organization of the four that is known to be a little less money hungry. They're the
Um,
ones who are known to strip people when they should be stripped, do things that they should do more often. And they're not. They're still probably, but they're the ones that are known to be a little more on the up and up.
yeah, because if at the end of the day, let's say they strip him, now it's vacated, right? And now you're gonna have somebody fight for it. You're not making nowhere near as much money for that belt. Canelo could continue to do what he wants. I was wondering because I'm like, something had to have transpired, something out of the blue. I don't even know who this guy is, to be honest with you. And a lot of boxing people don't know who the hell he is. I mean, do you know who he is?
What's his name? I don't know. Maybe I forgot what his name was.
I was watching what's his name? The entertainer, Showbiz the entertainer. He was like, I don't even know who this guy is.
Showbiz the adult.
Showbiz the adult. Remember, I call him the entertainer because he's hilarious. But dog, like I was very confused in that situation.
Oh no! See, it's not even on BoxRec. The last one on BoxRec is Mungia.
I've never even heard of this guy.
Next fight. It's not even coming up.
He didn't accept the fight. They basically were supposed to start the purse bidding, and I guess Canelo was. Listen, he's apparently Turkey Al Sheikh is trying to get him to do this 5-on-5 card, which I think is actually a great idea with Mexico versus America. So, of course, Canelo's going to turn that down because he's going to ask for over 100 million to fight Terrence Crawford. It is what it is.
He's not going to fight Crawford.
I don't think he is, but this is the one thing I'll say. This, look, Marco, check this out. The one way you can get Canelo to listen to you, he's already down on this. He's already almost at the end of his career, and he really wants Mexico to continue to grow. To shed light on a lot of these Mexican fighters, I think it would pique his interest because you would shed more light on some of these new Mexican fighters. So I think the Mexican pride is what Turkish Ali is banking on at this point. I think it's a possibility.
You just call him Turkish Ali?
Turkish Ali. I don't know what the fuck is up. Why don't these guys have regular names like Bob? You know what I mean? Or Marco.
He's the Turkish Ali.
What's his name again?
Turkey Al Sheikh.
Turkey Al Sheikh. I'm sorry. Why did I say
the Turkish Ali?
I apologize.
If Muhammad Ali was from Turkey, he'd be the Turkish Ali.
Shut up, man. So, anyways, what was it? I think that would pique his. I think it's a good move. The 5-on-5 stuff is pretty dope, bro. I like it. There's a welterweight one. Actually, no. Golden Boy versus Top Rank is supposed to happen too. I seen Oscar De La Hoya talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing good things. He's doing good things.
That's that's why I think I think he has a shot with Canelo, man. Canelo is very prideful. Can you imagine a Mexico versus American card? Like, that's kind of crazy. Let's think about it. We probably could get but this is where I'm a little confused. Puerto Rico's an American country. Can we get Matias on the card for America? Because I prefer to see Matias versus Pitbull than Pitbull versus Shakur Stevenson. That's just me. I'd rather see that.
Yeah, but the public would rather see. They want to see Shakur tested
against Pitbull. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Well, I mean,
no, that would be fun.
More fun than Matias.
Shakur needs to fight somebody who's going to chase him down and jump in the phone booth, or at least try to. Otherwise, it's going to be boring.
Yeah, but they got possibilities. They said Munguia versus Caleb Plant. I think that's dope. Super dope fight.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Canelo versus Crawford. Shakur Stevenson versus Pitbull.
Yeah, that's the Canelo versus Crawford's not going to happen.
Listen to me. You got to go after this Mexican pride. Mexico gets behind it. I believe it's a possibility, man. Think about it, how like when the Dream Team finally got put together in '92, how exciting that was. Do you know how big that would be for Mexico?
Yeah, I just don't see. I think Canelo has made it clear that he's not taking those kind of risks or those kind of. His career's in the twilight. He's doing what he feels is best for him right now. He's not going to do.
So you're saying that Canelo's not going to take a big fight?
He's not going. No, I didn't say that. I say he's not going to fight Crawford.
So you think Crawford's more of a risk than Benavidez? Because I believe the Benavidez
Yes.
fight will happen.
Yes.
Really?
Not that he's more of a risk to beat him, but he's a more risky fight in terms of if Canelo loses to either guy, right? Which one affects his career and looks way worse?
I mean, it would probably be the smaller guy, Terrence Crawford.
Way smaller. Granted, he's the best pound fighter. He just destroyed Errol Spence, blah, blah, blah. But he's still 3 weight classes below. He last fought 3 weight classes below. Whereas if he loses to a dude who people call a weight bully, who's 6'3", who's fighting at light heavyweight already,
yeah, he said he's going to heavyweight.
Way worse for people already gave Canelo a pass, including me, for losing to Bivol. I'm like, Bivol's too big. He tried to go up, it didn't work. I get it. It didn't. That to me didn't affect Canelo's pound for pound ranking. Lost to Bivol because I felt like he fought out of his weight class. Just he tried something.
So you don't give the Terrence Crawford shot a chance at all.
No, I give Terrence Crawford a chance. I
mean of the possibility of it happening, not of him winning.
No, because Canelo already said it, and I get it. He said it a couple of times. It's like, I'm not fighting this guy. What? I beat him, then what? It's a lose-lose. If he destroys him, you beat up a welterweight. Good job, Cinnamon.
Damn, Cinnamon, you taking shots. Don't take shots at my boy like that.
No, well, that's what it means in Spanish.
No, I know.
You speak Spanish?
Cinnamon. That's not his name in Spanish.
Canelo means cinnamon. Don't you speak Spanish?
No, really?
You don't speak Spanish, huh?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but it's different. Hold on, I got.
Damn, a Boricua doesn't speak Spanish. Yes, Canelo means cinnamon. I'm telling you, it means cinnamon.
I think they just call him.
No, it means the Spanish word for cinnamon.
Wow, you're right. I never knew that, bro. That's insane. And he got cinnamon hair. That's crazy.
That's the point. Yeah, he's red. So it's their way of saying ginger. They say cinnamon. So
that's dope.
So that's why I think for Mr. Cinnamon, it is not. He's not doing it. It's way riskier. Lose. You win, you beat up a little guy. You lose, you got fucked up by a guy 3 weight classes smaller than you. What kind of all-time great are you?
So if Canelo doesn't fight Crawford, if he doesn't fight Benavidez, what does he do? He's beating everybody. I mean, he goes for Bivol again?
We've already talked about, not you and me, but I've talked about that a bunch of times. I've said the same thing. He has very little options left for in terms of in terms of Canelo, you mean?
Yeah, in terms of Canelo, like where does he go from there?
I don't know.
Oh, man. I unlike you, I give it a shot.
I think you'll have a couple more like Munguia level fights and then retire.
Damn.
You already fought everybody. Like
I can't see him not fighting Benavidez. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, he's not fighting. I don't think he's gonna do that.
No?
Let's say Benavidez destroys his Gazvidik, whatever his name is.
Which was his former sparring partner of Canelo. Okay.
If he destroys him, it's going to make Canelo even be more like, okay, fuck this. This guy's really light heavyweight. When Canelo said he has nothing to bring to the table besides 25 pounds.
Yeah, it's true.
That said everything to me. That said, oh, so the size is your problem. Why? Oh, because a bigger guy just beat you easily and you realize you're not that size. Got it. That's what that said to me.
I mean, no, Benavidez walks around at least at 200 pounds easily. He's a big guy.
I asked his dad just recently what he walks around. It wasn't 200. It was 85. He told me.
Dad told me. I think 85 in shape.
He said he walks around at 85.
Really?
Maybe
he looks a lot bigger than 85. Even his body structure looks bigger than 85.
He doesn't have a lot of muscles, though. He's not a muscular dude.
He's not. He's a fat guy.
You know? Well, he's not fat, though. He's just, if you look at him, he's very...
No. But his body, like, even when he was a kid, he was fat. He's kind of like loose skin. He's not necessarily a toned up individual.
But when he loses weight, when he's in shape, when you look at him, there's no muscle tone, really.
No, there isn't. He's
like kind of like a Felix Trinidad, kind of like...
Yes, but a little flabbier. That's what
a little bit. But yeah, so it makes sense. If he was a naturally, like Tyson stocky, Mike Tyson, if he was a Tyson stocky build, then yeah, he walks around 200 because he's 6'3". But look at Paul Williams. Look at Fundora. You know, there's dudes who are tall who are just thin.
But Fundora looks like a basketball player. That's what he looks like. He's six
Well, yeah,
six.
he's excessively thin and tall, but like like I said, Paul Williams is one. There's a few dudes who are tall and lanky.
So all right, better. So apparently, it's on Benavidez, right? So if Canelo's to fight Benavidez, Benavidez has already said that he wants to fight the winner of Bivol and Benavidez, right? I don't. I mean, do you think he has a? I mean, who do you got? You still got Benavidez. You think that Benavidez has a chance of beating those guys?
Yeah,
Do you think he
yeah.
beats them?
I don't know, but he has a great chance. We have to see how he holds up now at 75. I don't like making predictions if I have no data, and we have zero data collected on how he performs at 75.
I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be great at that weight. I think he's gonna be more comfortable. I don't think. I think 168 may be a little more tough for him to get to. To be honest with you, I think.
It is tougher, but he's performed well.
Oh no, he's
So
dominated. He destroyed Boo Boo. He beat Caleb Plant really convincingly. I
if you
mean,
look at the greatest fighters in history,
you know,
Roberto Duran is the greatest. Some argue the greatest lightweight,
mhm.
135. He fought 135 for maybe the first 10 years, 5 years of his career. Then he moved up. So Pernell Whitaker, they say, the best lightweight, 135. Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, all those. I'm using all 135 examples for some reason, but the point is, the lightest weight is when guys are usually the most dominant. They start being less dominant as they go up.
Yeah. I mean, Shane Mosley at 135. I think was unbeatable. To be honest, I thought
It wasn't even competitive. His fights weren't even competitive.
he was
It
rocking
was
people.
unfair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see him fight Floyd at 135 when they were both those guys. But whatever. Tank versus Frank. Tank versus Frank. I know you spoke about it yesterday. I actually missed the live. Are we giving Frank a shot? A lot of people are saying he's better than advertised. What do you feel about Frank Martin and his chances of dethroning the quote unquote, like my boy likes to say, face of boxing, Gervonta Davis?
I think the fight starts off with Frank boxing and Tank downloading. I think Tank will take 2 to 4 rounds to collect his data.
Mhm.
And once he processes data, he will then proceed to process some straight left hands on that ass. And pause, I guess. And
I'm not mad at that one.
yeah, I'm gonna stop saying pause. I haven't done it. You did it earlier, and you made me want to do it. But I'm not. I'm revolting against. Yeah, I'm revolting against the pause. We're too old to be falling into that shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he's gonna start systematically landing, and after Frank feels a couple of those hard shots after the first 2 to 4 rounds, he's gonna stop being. He's gonna be way less willing to engage, start moving more, start retreating more, and eventually get chased down like Dog the Bounty Hunter and stopped.
So you got it as a knockout.
Stoppage most likely could go decision, but stoppage most likely.
Gervonta scares me on decisions, man. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he's just not that active. Like he kind of even against Rolly, he was giving rounds away against Rolly. A lot of people had him losing to Rolly in the fight until
I thought so at first, and when I watched it, replayed it, it was kind of even. But yeah, Barrios was beating him. Some Santa Cruz was beating him technically. Shit, even Ryan was doing pretty well.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
But Tank is a downloader.
Mm-hmm. So you don't feel like he has to be more active though, because at the end of the day, you're not going to knock everybody out. Especially if you fight a guy like Shakur, and that's why I believe. That's why I got Shakur beating him, because I don't know if he's going to be as active. I feel like he does not throw enough punches. He sits on shots. You know what I mean? And that's my biggest thing with Gervonta. I mean, Gervonta is very powerful, very smart. He understands a lot. He's definitely a lot smarter than I gave him credit for in the beginning. But once you start fighting some of these guys that take rounds, it becomes a lot difficult to land that shot on a guy like a Shakur Stevenson. That's why I wanted to see what happens with a Frank Martin. And I feel like he has to be a little more aggressive earlier. He has to start winning rounds. All that waiting for the knockout can work really bad against you.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. But I don't think it's going to last.
I mean, I'm excited to see Benavidez also that night, but I'm really mad that Matias is fighting that night too. Like there is a lot of good boxing that night. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Matias fights in Puerto Rico, Gervonta fights, and Benavidez. That's a great night for boxing. Um, you know, there's a lot of things to learn. He says Shakur's so boring to watch, but he might win against Tank if he gets a decision. That's how I feel. I mean, listen, I'll say this in regards to Shakur. Shakur's trying to get that fight, right? So the politics are going to start playing in. If he signs the top rank, he's not getting the fight. Do we agree, Marco?
I really don't follow. I don't know.
You
I think anybody can make a fight happen if they really want to. So
I hear you, but just like Gervonta and downloading data, Top Rank couldn't get Crawford the big fight that he wanted for years, and I think that's what Shakur is witnessing at this point. So I think he's gonna be a free agent. I want to see the goddamn fight. To be honest with you, I want to see it soon. Do you think after this Frank Martin fight, are we going to see that, or are we going to get what he originally said, Tank Davis, and said that Loma is next before he deleted the tweet? What do you think?
I don't know. Loma looked so good his last fight. I mean, I don't know.
He looked incredible. He dog walked, like he embarrassed him.
Yeah,
like no other.
Yeah.
That's to me the fight I want. I would like to see Shakur versus Lomachenko, but Lomachenko doesn't seem interested in that fight as well. But I would love to see Loma versus Gervonta. That is, I think, a fight that's going flying under the radar a little bit. But I want to see it. It seems like Floyd Mayweather's putting his nose in it because he's talking about managing Shakur Stevenson. Did you see that?
No.
Bro, where do you watch? Where do you get your stuff from, Marco? You don't watch none of this stuff?
Well, Instagram suspended me yesterday, so I haven't been watching that.
They told you to stop stealing that stuff. So Floyd Mayweather came out and said that he's interested in managing Shakur or signing Shakur Stevenson to Mayweather Promotions, which is extremely ironic with the beef going on between Floyd and Gervonta. And it kind of, I think it adds a lot to the situation and puts Floyd in position to get that fight. Now, will it hurt? Will it hurt his chances of getting it because of the beef, or can Al Heyman make the fight happen? I'm hearing Al Heyman's having issues. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I would love to see that fight. But if you had to pick between the two fights, which one would you rather see?
I guess Loma and Tank. I want to see Tio versus Tank is what I really want to see. But I guess Loma versus Tank.
I don't think Tank is willing to go up to 140 to fight him. I think Tio will go down to 135 though.
Maybe.
But the last time it was at 135, we saw what happened.
Which one was that?
That was Kambosos. That was the last time it was at 135.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, and then he went.
Yeah.
Right after.
I mean, yeah, he's probably too big for 135 now.
I mean, I'm with you. I want to see that fight. I really want to see Tio.
I think Tank can do 130 before he can make 140, probably.
You think so?
That's what his coaches told me, and I see it. He's only 5'5".
He's a little, but he did go up to 140 to fight Alberios, no?
Yeah, he might have done it once, but from what I hear, he wasn't comfortable. He maybe felt like that was a little too heavy.
I mean, he looks really good at 135. Like he looks like, I ain't gonna lie. Like if I was Frank Martin, he looked in shape about a month ago. He looked really, really good.
I think he could, Inoue goes up to 128, Tank goes to 128, mega fight. And then Tank would destroy him because Tank's too big.
Too big. But the thing, this guy doesn't want to fight in America. Tank might have to go to Japan.
Maybe he would.
That would be crazy. I'll be honest. That would be fire. But I prefer to see Tank versus, I think Loma. I think because Loma's already getting up in age. If you're going to get him, you got to fight him now. You can't wait another 2 years.
He's what, 36?
Yeah, and honestly, Loma looked really good in his last fight, so there wouldn't be any excuses of age at that point. You know what I mean? It's just, is he willing to take the risk? Huh?
Yeah. He's 36 now, Loma.
Loma looked dangerous, dog. All right, who you got, Loma or Tank?
I got Tank over everybody.
Really? Over Loma's footwork?
I got Tank over everybody, but not by a large margin. All these guys have the potential to beat each other. That's why we really love watching 35 and 40. See, they all compete each other, all of them.
See, the thing that I like what you said about Tank and the way he downloads information, I think Loma's the same way. I think Loma he's like a magician in there. He's like a scientist, bro. Like he understands angles. I think he's the best angler since probably Manny Pacquiao. How Manny would throw it from different angles, footwork wise. That's a fight to me that, bro, like it would be insane. It would really test. Um, it would really test the IQ of Tank, in my opinion. That's how I feel. And I don't think Loma's going to run. I think Loma's going to be as active as possible
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
fight. I think it would be completely opposite of Shakur Stevenson. I think Shakur Stevenson will kind of be in a shell, try to jab his way through rounds. But I think Loma might be on him. I think Loma might be on there. 2 foot up, baby. You know what I mean? I think that would be fire in that fight. My guy Marco in the building. He got his. Marco has about three ladies. He believes in polygamy. Is it? What's it called?
If one's my cat, the other one's my daughter. Yeah.
My wife won't let me do polygamy, man. She threatened me already. But I mean, I'm with that. I'd rather see Loma than Shakur, but I also want to see Shakur fight somebody before he fights Tank. I don't think he should fight Tank right now. I think he should fight Matias and then come fight Tank afterwards.
Right.
But
Right.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, they fight each other because they haven't been.
What else is going on in the boxing world? I mean, what time is this damn press conference? I haven't seen anything about it, and I want to see it already. Where we at? Hold on, let me see this press conference. Let me see what Mr. Ryan Garcia has posted. Wait, hold on. Oh, Deontay Wilder's mother, Deborah has urged her son to retire from boxing following her defeat to Zhang. I texted him and said, "Son, we're having a party for you. You gave us the best boxing USA when boxing was dead. You've gotten older. You've ran your course. Listen, Mama says come home. I'm with it. I'll tell you this right now. In regards to that that message that I just read from his mother, I'm with that. I think it's time for Deontay to retire. I said it the other day. This is a sport with people dying. We had 2 boxers die within the last month. If you're not mentally there, you're not going to be physically there. And if you don't want it, if you're not willing to put it all on the line, you can get really hurt, especially when you're getting punched on by guys that are 70 pounds heavier than you. That is absolutely insane. So Deontay Wilder, you are a Hall of Famer. You are probably the greatest puncher in the history of boxing. Call it quits, man. No, he shouldn't have fucked the fight. I mean, and again, I think sometimes you have to question people's financial situations or stuff like that when they start just taking fight after fight. Maybe they're trying to grab the last check. But in this situation, I think Wilder's trying to recapture something that he will never recapture, similar to like a rapper. When they drop their first iconic album, you're never able to match that energy because you're not the same person. You're not living the same lifestyle. You're not as hungry. You're more pampered. You have a hot tub. You know what I'm saying? You're not in the projects. So to me, I think it's very difficult to recapture that fire that you once had because you're not living in that same type of a situation. You're not as hungry. So to me, in regards to Wilder, I believe Wilder should just kind of just enjoy the fruits of his labor. You're never going to be that guy ever again. You just never. It's never going to happen. He got outclassed, but I like what he did versus Fury. 100%. I think the Fury fight was the last time we seen Deontay Wilder, the real Deontay Wilder. I mean, I think that took a lot out of him. I mean, he took beatings in the second and third fight. And again, guys, you got to be, and Rocky's kind of like a good thing where you see Rocky when he's first starting off and he's hungry and he's doing everything it takes to get to that level. Then all of a sudden, you're rich again. You got a new Mercedes, you got this. You kind of lose that edge. Some people may say, "Oh, that's BS." No, it is. Once you get money, you get comfortable. You don't do the same things that you once did. It's very hard to reclaim that type of glory or that type of drive. And I think Deontay Wilder is at that crossroads where he needs to turn back where he needs to just realize where he is in life at this point. You're not in a situation where you were before, where you were bagging groceries and doing whatever you were doing before you became a world champion. And I think in order to be that person, you have to recapture that type of drive. And I don't think Deontay Wilder is there mentally. And again, who knows you better than your mother? Nobody. And your mom knows the fire. She knows you've taken care of your family. You've probably put your mother in a better situation. You put yourself and your kids in better situations. You should never be worried about financials. So to me, Deontay Wilder, just take your hat off. I would take my hat off to you. You are a GOAT in this situation. Call it quits, man. More people love you than hate you. Uh, just do what you got to do, man. But on that note, I'm going to call the show. I got to get off. Got to watch these damn kids fix this pool. If anybody knows about pools, please hit me up. It's driving me crazy getting the chemical balance of these pools up. But again, it's your boy Norms, and we are out. I'll be back tomorrow, 10:15. We are out.